From the center of the universe, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, this is the SDM Show with your host, Rob Cairns. The SDM Show focuses on business, life, productivity, digital marketing, WordPress, and more. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink, and enjoy the show. Here is Rob.
Hey everybody, Rob Cairns here. I'm the founder, CEO, and chief creator of amazing ideas at stunning digital marketing. In this podcast, we introduce our new segment, Copywriting with Todd Jones. Sit back, relax, as Todd and I introduce Todd's new segment on the SDM Show. This podcast is sponsored by Stunning Digital Marketing, the agency that can help protect your WordPress website today. Go to stunningdigitalmarketing.com and see what we can do to help you protect your business investment. That's stunningdigitalmarketing.com. Hey everybody, Rob Cairns here. And today I'm pleased to introduce my new podcast segment, Copywriting with Todd Jones. Hey Todd, how are you today?
Well, it is a Friday, and I've made it to the end of the week, so there's that.
Yeah, there is that. And I thought we'd jump on today and talk about this new segment you are going to do called BiWeekly, called Copywriting with Todd Jones. So they'll come out every second Monday, which is kind of cool. And thanks for agreeing to do it.
You bet. I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. You know, we have our mutual friend, Ryan Waterbury, does a monthly with me, and we usually run longer. I'm kind of planning for this to go like 20 minutes at the most, where we throw out a quick tips and try and help people, because I really think people are confused about copywriting in these days. What do you think?
Well, I think a lot of people don't know what copywriting is. The running, I won't say joke, but the kind of the running thing in copywriting community when you people, at the cocktail party, what do you do? I'm a copywriter. And then they immediately think that you help companies file a copyright for the company, legal. And then you have to explain, no, that's not what I'm talking about. So there's a lot of misunderstanding about what copywriting is. And there's a lot of strong opinions, especially within the copywriting community. But what I want to do is try to explain it from the average business person's standpoint. We can get it. I can get in all the debates with my copywriting friends in those communities, but I'm here for the average person that has a business, and they're like, well, what does it mean to have a copywriter? So a copywriter is not a person who files a copyright license for a company. So there's that. That's a business legal attorney or something like that. So it's a different game.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people think, and we'll dive into this in some future episodes, I know we will, it's that dreaded two-letter word called AI. And they think AI is all the answer to everything in the world. And I don't want to really get in depth here, but you and I both know AI is just a tool, the same way a page builder is in WordPress or Gutenberg is in WordPress. And we know AI is not the end-all ends. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I use AI in various aspects of the tool setting to streamline time and ability, and not just in writing. I mean, writing is just one aspect. There's so many things you can use AI for in different types of tasks. So the problem I have is when people decide they're going to write content from scratch using LLM, which is what is it called? The language model, the like Chat GPT or Gemini or something like that. But you come out with pretty generic blah stuff, and you don't always hit the marks of good content.
Yeah, it's true. And I think, and then there's, of course, the whole SEO issue, and I'm sure we'll get into that, whether AI and it's good for SEO or not. I don't even want to appeal that debate today. I was already in the middle of that debate at the time of this record this morning. So You know, that's
There
another.
are some in you have to different, just like copywriting, you have to differentiate what you mean by AI. I mean, you and I have talked about it before. We've had smartphones for what, 20 years now.
Mhm.
Um, when you start adding apps that let you like for instance, we leave the house, turn on the alarm and turn off the alarm with the app on the phone.
Yep.
Um, there are refrigerators run by smart. Though that is a product of artificial intelligence, whatever you want to call it. And I think I read, and I don't know how accurate it is, but Wikipedia said the first instance of AI was like the 1950s. So the ability to use something like that has been around for decades. So anyway, I think there are some things you can do to help with SEO using AI.
Yep.
But then you've got the winds of changes, or I don't think anybody really knows what's going to happen. So we're all just kind of, I follow some really top end SEO people in the industry who are working with lots of websites every day and trying to help them recover from Google penalizations and stuff like that. And, we're all just, I mean, I feel like we're all just kind of, seeing what the next day brings. So anyway.
I would agree with you. And moving on from there, what are some other topics that listeners and viewers can anticipate that we will dive into before in your segment?
Well, I think I really haven't like outlined things yet, but I would think, first episode talking about what copywriting is. And so, you can talk about like what makes good quality content for like a blog post or an article. Um, and then we can talk about things like how to write an about page or how to write. And what I was telling a friend of mine is that you don't really write these web copy pages. You really assemble them.
Mhm.
It's like a Lego block and you're building a
Yep.
structure.
Yep.
And then you got a whole different side of writing in general. There's a copywriter I follow, I get his emails, and he's very poetry oriented. And he's a copywriter by trade, but he also does poetry. So I really enjoy his emails because it's something fresh and totally different. He's writing very poetically and he's passing along poems he wrote, and which I really enjoy that aspect of writing as it is. Um, you know, because I, as a kid, kind of felt like I was a songwriter,
Mhm.
that was one thing I liked to do as a kid. As a teenager, I would go buy those music um, magazines where sometimes lyrics were in there. Couldn't always get the lyrics. Like there was no Google, there was no Genius Lyrics or whatever. That wherever you go online now to get the lyrics of your favorite song, you hope that it was on an album cover if you had an LP. If it's during that time, you hoped it was in a cassette cover if you got the cassette or a CD cover. And if it wasn't, then you hoped it was in the magazine, the music magazine you got.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed playing around as a kid with trying to write songs and that kind of thing. Really feel like I should do more of that. But so there's different aspects of copywriting that you would use in a normal business. I guess we'll just, talk about each one of them and maybe
Yeah.
some practical stuff as well.
Yeah. And if anybody has anything they want Todd and I to address, please either add us on X now, as it's officially even more so called
Boo,
as it today. I know
boo.
they've changed the Twitter domain today at the time of this
Yeah,
record again,
yeah.
or you can send either Todd and I an email, podcast at stunningdigitalmarketing.com, and just say you'd like us to cover this, or find Todd or I on LinkedIn. We're both pretty active, and we'd be glad to jump in and help you out with your
Yeah, I
copywriting
mean,
needs.
absolutely. Go ahead and tell us what you want us to talk about. I'll do my best to address it and give resources along because, if I'm talking about something that you're not interested in, it's not really going to help anybody. So there are other more practical aspects of copywriting that we don't even think about, like public relations. Anyway, yeah, let us know.
And Todd, if they want to find out more about you or what you do, where's the best website to go?
Copyflight.com.
Yep. And you have a couple really good offerings. We'll get into an about page. You talk about, you have your copywriting framework, and you talk a lot about how to build an about page, which we'll get into in a future segment. And you do some private coaching if somebody wants a one-on-one with you. Am I missing anything? Or
Origin story.
Yep.
People may not think about that until they need publicity or they're trying to build their brand. Then you're like, oh no, how did we get started? Or you're trying to write an about page. And so yeah, origin story, founder story, whatever you want to call it. We talked about storytelling in general, which is really an area I like in the copywriting scene, and I think it's underused in businesses. So
Yeah. And if you want to learn more, you can sign up at copyfight.com for Todd's weekly newsletter that comes out. And please do join Todd. And he story tells in his newsletter typically every Wednesday morning, right, Todd?
pretty close, yeah. Story Arc is the brand for it. I kind of rebranded it, if you will, and tried to really kind of a North Star for me to remember that I'm talking about storytelling. Talking about storytelling and using storytelling, talked about a scene in the Secondhand Lines in the last email. If you remember watching that movie with Robert Duvall and Michael Caine, very good movie. And so, yeah, and usually come up with a story and make a point with it. So,
Yep. So be sure you join Todd and I every Monday morning, and we'll put another episode out, and we'll try and help you out with your copy writing needs. Todd, thanks for agreeing to do this segment and put yourself out there. I mean, as I always say to people, you just have to do it. The old Nike phrase, to steal one from an iconic brand, and the more we do it,
just do it. Yeah.
the more people will get it.
Slogans. That's another copywriting thing.
Yeah.
How much did they pay for that?
Oh, not a lot. If you read
and it made billions of dollars.
And if you want to learn more about Nike, just before we sign off here, look up the book Q Dog, written by Nike's founder Phil Knight. And it's one of the most compelling branding stories ever. People don't realize he actually started a company before called Blue Ribbon Shoes. And then when he had issues with the Chinese, he transformed it into Nike Corp. And I don't know anybody more successful in the athletic world than Nike, to be honest with you. And please join Todd and I. We really want to help you in your journey. And we'll talk to you all soon. Thanks, Todd.
So long.
So,
I really want to say from the great peach state of Georgia, so long. Only I'm not from the peach state of Georgia. So
this show is brought to you by StunningDigitalMarketing.com, your Toronto leader in digital marketing services. Not only do we protect your WordPress website, we can help you with your site, provide social media management for your business, or even do one-on-one consulting. To find out more, go to StunningDigitalMarketing.com. Thank you very much to Todd Jones for joining me on his new segment, Copywriting with Todd Jones. I hope you all enjoyed the introduction, and we have lots planned for you. So join us every second week as we talk nothing but copywriting. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now. This podcast is dedicated to my late father, Bruce Cairns. Dad, I miss you very much. I love you, and I think about you every day. For more information about Stunning Digital Marketing, your digital marketing experts, go to StunningDigitalMarketing.com or go to StunningDigitalMarketing.info to find out all the great places that Rob Cairns can be found on the web.